With one of the most mountainous courses in the entire duration of the Pro Tour, Zootown Open starting today, I definitely think there's stuff about this course that we could really learn from and implement for the duration of the entire tour and the future of all the events. Let's talk about it. And one of the first things I noticed here was an alarming thing that I think people are not talking about and they need to be talking about it. And that is a very important comment. The TD Brian points to a very interesting email. Now I won't show Evan's full email here, but look at that. Who uses AOL? Who the heck is still using AOL in 2023? There may be crazy things going on in your life, but never use AOL. It's been dead for a decade, 2 decades. Give up, try again. Use Gmail. There's a million other ways to have better forms of email. Give up, try again. I don't care if everyone has your name in your contact list. Try again. Use a Gmail. It'll be fine. Move on with life. AOL should be dead and gone. But like, seriously. All right, so apart from that big issue, let's talk about everything else that is going right with this course. There's so much crazy elevation changes. It really will throw you off even just by looking at it, let alone being a player. There are so many different wind reads, different elevation changes, and with the high elevation, everything will be much more stable than any other course really on tour. So I love to see this huge variety being bestowed on a Silver Series. And it's kind of like that fun event where no one's really taking it too seriously, I don't think. And of course, they would love to get the win. This is still a $250 entry. So this event is by no means just like a fun weekend. This is still a work for them. But with the scenery and shot shapes, I think it is such a cool look at what disc golf can be. I'm sure so many people out there have been playing disc golf in places like Colorado, Utah, Montana, and they definitely get to see this entirely new way of playing, that it's not just like the same pitch and putt where you're just kind of like throwing decent drives, but it's not really super important about how you maneuver your shots. This has so much more versatility to it that I really like to see, because this is not golf. We do not have to play on golf courses week after week. We have so much more of a vast ability to widen ourselves to be anything and everything. You don't have to follow the same tropes. I know there is definitely sustainability and trust in using golf courses, using these places that have been done to death a million times, especially as we trial out these Silver Series events on different courses. We definitely need to focus on what is going right, and that doesn't always have to mean good reception. If we can find a great course that all the pro players are enjoying and loving, then we should really try to give it our all to try to make a pro tour that has a lot more of these elements incorporated to the pro tour. And I know that there's some courses out there like the Toboggan where you do get some pretty good elevation change, that's for sure. But being high elevation and elevation changes is totally different, and it leads to a very different play style. You have people like Gossage that would totally thrive here, even though he's not playing this weekend, but they would totally thrive in this place where you have to throw overstable, because otherwise you just have no idea where your disc is going to end up. But not only that, but you get a little bit of a randomness factor, because so many players may only play in like the South or the West Coast, or you get a very specific type of climate. But being exposed to stuff like this, it is just so raw, because you are very exposed if you are not proficient in this specific type of disc golf. And having that on tour is just so exciting, and it winds up being a very interesting viewing experience. And then as far as the city goes, it is mainly known for at least disc golf related, probably an Upshot host, Josh Mansfield, who is great. I recommend you guys watch their preview of Zootown Open. And then for more mainstream stuff, we have obviously Hank Green, just got diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Wished him the best. He's got a lot going on right now, but still kind of crushing it on the YouTube scene. Love Hank. He's been living in Missoula for a while now, and he talks about the city so much as a haven and a great place. So I definitely would love to play this course, be in that city, and experience the small town vibes that it offers. But overall, I think there's just so many places that could represent this style of disc golf that we are currently not incorporating on the tour. And if you do have these situations where you're going from the West Coast more to that centralized area where a lot of the events are going to be happening in the June-July part of the schedule, then why not incorporate a little bit more originality, a little bit more verticality to more events like this course? And I'm definitely not saying this course is perfect. I don't think it's the best of the best, but it's just so refreshing to get something new on tour. All right, so as far as predictions, I think it is kind of just like 50-50, who does well, who doesn't do well. Actually, Andrew Marwee did ace this course practice, so I think he's definitely doing pretty well. AB is playing, Gannon Buhr is playing, and then Nico and KJ are playing. So we do have some pretty good names, and then we also have like the champ last week, Adam Hammis, but I do not think he's going to be playing that well, even though he is from that general area. So I'm going to be probably saying that Gannon Buhr is probably going to take it home because he's just playing so consistent, so well. AB could just totally destroy because he's really been playing his A game recently, and I could definitely see him taking a cheeky win. But I think this is potentially a good spot for a person like Gavin Rathbun to really show up. He hasn't really been playing too hot this year, so a nice Silver Series win would really highlight where he could be at, because he is just such a strong player, and I really have the best for him after he's been battling such an annoying shoulder injury. And I think he'd be a top 5 player if he can just get a ton of reps in. And then on FPO, I'm going to say, yeah, Kristin's in it. She's going to win. We do have Katrina Allen, Missy Gannon, Sayananda, but I think this is definitely a course that feels Estonia-esque. I've never actually been to Estonia, but I just feel like this elevation and these hills just match that climate well. I could be totally wrong, but I'm going to put KT in that first phase spot. Everyone else just is totally random for me, but I think Kristin will probably take it down. So overall, I'm just so excited. What do you guys think about this course? Do you have high hopes? Do you kind of think it's just kind of like a one-off that doesn't really matter? I'd love to hear about it. For me, I just really want to see some diversity on the tour. I've been saying it again and again, and this course is that little bit of hope that makes me think, oh yeah, we can do amazing things in disc golf. We don't have to follow these same trends of golf courses. We can do very unique things because we are a totally unique sport. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support me, I'd really appreciate it if you clicked the Amazon links below in the description. No obligation. I would just really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Wild Runs, signing out. Peace.